Our mug moment today has us in the greatest story ever told. We're in Luke chapter 24, starting in verse 1. But very early on the Sunday morning, the women went to the tomb, taking the spices that they had prepared. They found that the stone had been rolled away from the entrance. So they went in, but they didn't find the body of the Lord Jesus. As they stood there, puzzled, two men suddenly appeared to them, clothed in dazzling robes. The women were terrified and bowed with their face to the ground. Then the men asked, "Why are you looking among the dead for someone who is alive? He isn't here. He has risen from the dead. Remember what he told you back in Galilee? That the Son of Man must be betrayed into the hands of sinful men and be crucified, and that he would rise again on the third day." And then they remembered that he had said this. So they rushed back from the tomb to tell the 11 disciples and everyone else what had happened. Can you imagine that morning for these ladies? I mean, after the last 3 years of seeing all that they had seen, to be part of watching the crucifixion over the last couple days and just wondering what's next, and then to witness the empty tomb. What could you do with that? What an exciting morning. They ran to the disciples. They had to tell them. Now, the disciples were a little curious because they didn't believe those ladies right away. But eventually, as the story continued to grow, as Jesus started to show up, the story was verified. The ladies were right. He was alive. What are you going to do with this story? We've heard a lot of stories about Jesus over this past year, all through the Gospel of Matthew, seeing the healings, hearing the teachings, seeing the Jesus doing great and powerful things. What will you do with it? You know, it's what we do with it that makes us walk by faith. If we're going to hear the words that Jesus shared and walk in faith, it's going to change our lives, and it'll change the lives of those around us as we are like the ladies and tell the story about Jesus. Have a great day.